And we're recording now. And it's time to do the thing in 3, 2, 1. It's a Monday, and we're here to do Monday things.
What were you talking about?
What were we talking about?
I don't even know anymore.
Well, we had a bunch of fun stuff to say in the pre-show, and we recorded that for our patrons. So patrons, check it out. Hold up that wad of cash. Show everybody. Look what Carter's got. She's like a drug dealer. She's about to pay for her.
There's this very visual thing on our audio-based show.
Yeah. Here, flick it. It looks like a stack of $100, $1,000 bills. What are they?
Hundreds. But then if you look inside,
blank.
It's almost like our entire society
you're
as a metaphor.
You're going to find another thing to complain about as a millennial /Z. What are you anyway?
I don't know. I'm like that in-betweeny stage where like some things are like, yeah, you're definitely a millennial, and others are like, you're totally Gen Z. Well, and then they'll be like, oh, you know, if you know this from your childhood, then you're Gen Z, and if you know this, and I'm like, I know all these things.
So what? Okay, wait.
Also, the internet has made this kind of generational divide more obsolete as more generations are showing up. Because how generations kind of worked was, it's stupid. This generation didn't have electricity, and this generation didn't have internet, and this generation, I don't know, culturally, like the 80s were, you know, arcade machines and D&D in a way that others have never experienced. But now it's like, I can listen to music from 1910 very easily.
Sure. No, I get it. By the way, so real quick, do you want to know if you are or not technically? Because it's a little bit weird.
Once again, every source is different.
So it says, Oxford Living Dictionary describes millennial as a person born between early 1980s and the late 1990s. You were born in 1997.
Yes.
That
which
makes
is
you
late, but not like...
Well, it's not late.
Yeah, it's like more mid.
Mid. You're pretty mid.
I'm a middle child.
All right. So person born in the 80s or 90s, I think you count. You're a millennial. And here's the thing. Who cares about that blankety stuff?
At, though?
I forgot what I was even bringing it up for.
I don't either.
It was something about...
capitalism.
Oh,
it's always something about capitalism.
No, I know what it is. You millennials always trying to find you always have a stump to stand on and be mad about something all the time. Have you noticed that? I could say, here, I'll give you another prop. Oh, look at this. Look at this PlayStation, this original PlayStation controller.
You should look up again look up what Gen Z is.
Okay. Gen Z is like Nick, right? Generation Z. All right, let's take a look here. Gen Z, iGen sometimes called.
Ew.
I hate it.
That's gross.
I know. It says often shorthand Gen Z or colloquially known, colloquially. Thank you. Known as Zoomers.
Cloaca.
That's where you pee and poo and egg out of the same hole.
If you're a bird.
Yeah, don't do that. Anyway, is the demographic cohort succeeding millennials and preceding generation alpha. Research popular media uses the mid to late 90s as starting birth years and the early 2010s as ending birth years. So according to this and the other in both.
Yeah, that's my point, is that there's no dividing line.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of on that in-between
But this is what Carter does in her in-between generation. They grab something and they look at it and go, this is the man keeping us down.
I just was saying that, you know, money on the outside, empty on the inside just feels a little like a metaphor. Might just be me.
No, that's fair. Look, every day I'm mad for you and your people.
People.
When it comes to like housing prices.
You young people.
Because it's not your fault.
No.
It's not. It ain't our fault.
It's kind of your fault.
Gen Z, come on. Or Gen X.
They
skip over us.
You rode the wave.
Maybe. But
we
didn't
really change anything.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
We just were like there, right?
Which was the problem, let's be honest.
When people call me a boomer, it actually makes me laugh because I'm like, that's how awesome that is. Number one, I'm Gen X. Number two, you're blaming it on the generation before me too. So
yep.
So you're not even going after me. You think you are, but you're not. Anyway, doesn't matter. These are all stupid constructs.
Yes.
Right? You don't want to be lumped into some group.
Yeah.
Because it's usually negative. It's usually them. It's usually older people going, oh, they're in generation millennial.
They're ruining the doorbell industry. That was a real thing for a while. Did you not know about that?
No.
It was like a whole thing where it was like millennials and Gen Z don't answer their doors anymore from like doorbells. And it was like a whole like, they're ruining the doorbell industry.
I mean, you don't answer.
No, I don't answer unknown calls. I don't answer unknown visitors.
So they're right.
If I know them well enough, they'll walk into my house.
Oh, okay. That's true. I'm like that too, though. So what does that make me? because I hate that. I hate answering. If someone bings on the door and I'm like on the couch, I ain't getting up for that.
Anxious, lazy, maybe.
I just am
one
like,
of those two.
If it's someone I want to see, you would have called me ahead of time, and I would have ignored that call.
Every time an older person says to me like, "Oh, you should answer the door because you don't," and I'm like, "There's a reason there were so many serial killers in the 70s."
No, the reason that there were so many serial killers in the 70s was not. I'm going to make an argument here. It was not because people let them indoors. The reason there was a high number of serial killers as opposed to today is because today we have cameras, personal digital devices that can tell where you are, when you are, at any time during the day or night. We have satellite imagery. We have lots of things that we didn't have then.
Then why are the 70s higher than most other times before the 70s?
Well, what I'm saying is, I don't know. Culturally, I don't know
why
it took off.
Do you want to know my opinion?
Do you know the answer to this?
I don't know the answer for sure, but I think that it's just like, not to bring it down a little, but it's kind of like mass shooting these days.
Yeah.
Where this didn't really exist and suddenly it's become very, very much a thing. But what happens is whenever there's a ton of serial killers, people evolve to then avoid getting serial killed. If that makes sense.
I've never heard it put that way.
Do you know what I mean, though?
I would like to avoid getting serial killed.
We don't pick up hitchhikers anymore. We just don't. People are just way more, they lock their doors all the time.
That's part of it.
There's all these things you change.
It's just never that simple.
That help fix the problem.
But don't you think there's always something else going on? It's never that simple.
I think there's psychopaths everywhere.
I do, but there are a number of factors at play. And I don't know what they all are, but I don't think it's simply that people left their doors open in the 70s.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it, mass shootings, which basically kind of became like, oh, this guy did it, I can do it kind of thing to certain people of certain ideas.
Yeah.
I think that happened with serial killers, and then it died down because it kind of people counteracted it by avoiding the things that got people murdered. Right. This is not victim blaming, by the way. I don't think it's all the killer's fault. I just think that's why it goes down, is because then people kind of create defenses and ways to like counteract it.
Well, so here's someone asked this question. So this guy says, I'm watching Netflix is on Reddit. Says, I'm watching a Netflix documentary on Ted Bundy, and I realized that most serial killers I have heard of were active during the 60s and 70s. Why was there this rise in serial killers during this period? And then edit, he says, didn't receive any notification on this post, blah, blah, blah. Okay, forget that. Big descriptions by people. I'm no criminologist. I'd love to talk to one. Someone who knows this.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious about it. What are the other factors?
Well, I think, and this is, I don't know, but I think that people are starting to evolve to the whole mass violence thing also in the US, where before it was a lot of like, this is a tragedy and like no one knew what to do. And now whenever there's something like that, you hear, well, this guy attacked the guy. This dude grabbed the shotgun. This guy, people are fighting back more. And it's because we've gotten so used to the concept of like, you might just get shot at any point. And so like, what are you going to do except for like,
that's interesting.
Try to take the guy down with you.
Yeah. That's possible.
So I think that people definitely,
I think there's some of that. I think there's also a feeling you could hide in the 70s and no one would find you. DNA evidence wasn't a thing yet. Like there's a lot of that going on.
There's a lot of that stuff for sure.
So now you have more deterrence. You also, I don't know this for sure. I'm going to throw this out like an expert, but I don't know. All right. To me, it's like the trend.
Yeah, we're both idiots, just to be clear.
Like gun violence in youth has dropped precipitously since the 90s. Just goes down and down and down and down. And every once in a while you have these shootings, but overall the trend is down.
Okay.
For young people under the age of 18. And there's some theories that we have just finally given them enough distractions that are compelling enough, specifically things like video games, where they're getting a lot of their aggression out that way. They're virtually shooting a bunch of people and feeling good about their night. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And that may contribute to that. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's
in school. This was a big thing in like speaking of ethics and games and stuff, of like violence in video games, whether or not it incites violence or it relieves that tendency of violence. This is like a big study thing that happens constantly.
Right.
People are always debating about it.
Well, what if, okay, But in the case of serial killers, most serial killings, it's a weird conversation to have with your daughter, but
I don't know how we got here.
Most serial killers, there's a sexual violence aspect to it, right? There's somebody who's...
I honestly think... Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me finish this theory.
Okay, go.
Let me finish this theory. So I'm not saying this is necessary. This isn't me justifying its existence or saying that it's good.
No.
But I think the proliferation of anybody anywhere can get whatever weirdo porn they want on the internet anytime they want has a similar effect to perhaps those who would act out otherwise, who might be able to get their quote unquote fix at home instead of having to go... hunt the girl up the road or something like that. I'm not saying, obviously, it isn't perfect. And
I mean, how would you psychologically analyze that?
I don't know.
Because no one's coming forward and being like, yes, this is the creepy stuff I'm into.
They don't want to self-report. You're right. But this just common sense tells me there's something to that. I don't know for sure, and I am not an expert. Okay,
no,
everybody?
This whole conversation, take it with the caveat that we are both dumb.
I don't know things.
And these are just our random ideas.
Yeah.
But I also think that pre-70s, it was pretty much cool to beat your wife, right?
Yeah. Not cool.
But like fine. No one really asked. No one really told.
I wouldn't say it was fine. But yeah, there was a lot more like keep it quiet.
Culturally,
don't talk about
it was more acceptable.
Of course.
Yeah. And
less
in the 70s,
less acceptable to go tell people that you've been
yes.
beaten. Yeah.
But in general, it was less investigated. It was less like talk anything.
Sure.
And then the 60s and 70s was a huge feminist uprising.
Yeah.
Where suddenly women were like, I'm not going to marry just anyone. I'm not going to do this anymore and not get beat like the previous generation and not like get screwed over by the previous generation. We want bank accounts. That kind of stuff. I wonder if that also played into it.
Probably did a little bit.
Because these psychopaths who were allowed to be horrible to the women suddenly weren't.
These could be contributors. Yeah. Chat room has a point, though. A lot of this is also way more reporting. It's a little it's a little like this. Like, I hate when people say, this came up somewhere else, maybe when the family was in town, but I hate when people say, well, listen, when I was a kid, nobody in my class, nobody was autistic. Guess what? 15 kids in every class are autistic now. What the heck's that about?
Yeah.
What happened to all that? Is that something in the food, the vaccines, whatever? It's like, no, dude.
Like the old people are like, I don't believe, or autism wasn't a thing when I was a kid, but they also have like an entire room dedicated to trains.
Yeah. Or a whole room full of
what do you
weirdo
think
kids.
That is?
You had weirdo friends. You had kids that did weird things that were different than you.
It just wasn't classified as autism.
Right. And you picked on them and you gave them crap for it, or they were put in remedial reading, or they were put in places they were kept away from the public population of school kids.
We also understand way more of like a variety within autism. Like it's a spectrum, which no one like knew really or considered before.
No, back then they would go, and pardon me for I won't even use the word, but they would just say, well, your son Billy is the R word.
Yeah.
And that, let me tell you what that means. It means...
But that was someone who was like lower functioning autism.
Right.
While someone with I have friends who have high functioning autism to the point where like, yes, they have a lot of the attributes and the things they did being diagnosed, but they also like, if they hit it hard enough, no one would ever know, you know?
Yeah. So reporting is a big part of it. Just knowledge about it is a big part of it.
Yeah.
And so today,
knowledge evolves.
Hearing about every little awful thing happens.
We got here.
I don't know how we got here. Why are we even going here?
I don't know.
Look how big my hand is when I hold it this far.
Wow. It's almost like perspective is a thing.
I don't like it. Depth perception.
If you close one eye, it makes your hand look really big.
Hey, good news, though. Carter is going to be drawing and gaming more on a stream. We should tell people what your Twitch thing's going to be. You doing it on Twitch or YouTube or both or what?
I need to figure it out with you to get that restream thing.
Yeah, if you're going to do both, it's super easy. So
I am planning on streaming soon. I think I'm planning on Sundays because that's the easiest day. We share an office and you are busy all week except for Sunday.
Yeah.
So I think Sunday is going to be my day. I will put something out about it on like socials and Discord. So that's very exciting.
Yep.
And like if anyone has any suggestions or ideas, my plan is to play just kind of games I've wanted to play for a while. And you can just hang out with me and chill on stream and then do some drawing streams, potentially like art class drawing streams again, because I really enjoyed those.
Those were fun. They were the best part of the early pandemic.
Yeah, those were really fun. I actually found those the other day on your YouTube because I was looking for something else.
Yeah, they're still on there. I think they're all on there still.
Yeah.
Also, we're both
There's a
doing
whole
doodles
playlist.
today that
Oh,
we
yes.
will send. We're going to give to somebody in the chat today, so you guys get a free doodle.
Very exciting.
That was not done
We are
yet.
all over the place today.
We're all over the place.
But yeah,
so
look
watch
out for
news on
streaming.
that. Yep. Keep your eye on the Discord that Carter barely visits and gets embarrassed when you guys come.
I'm on there a lot. I just kind of sneak because I don't know what to say to people.
When people give you compliments, all you say is "Thank you. That's very nice."
I know I'm really bad at it.
Wow. I don't. Carter is she's like allergic to compliments. So weird. Whatever. I do that too sometimes. I
I
get
don't
it.
like it.
We got Furiosa this weekend.
We're gonna have to come back on next Monday, and talk about it.
Yeah, we are. Although we have to decide. No, we'll do a show on Monday after we're back. I'm thinking about the rest of the day might not happen.
What?
Well, it's a holiday. It's Memorial or not Labor Day, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
So I may do that, but not for us. I think we still do a show.
Can we still? Okay.
Yeah. Don't you think?
I'm down.
It is the Monday show.
I'm just about. We've done it on Tuesdays, I think, twice.
Once.
Twice.
Once.
Twice.
Once.
Twice.
When was it twice? No.
We definitely have done it twice.
It feels like once. Anyway, we're going to see Furiosa this weekend.
Seen Furiosa, super excited.
Friday. I'm so
Friday.
excited. Hopefully it will not interrupt other things. I forgot what time Mom has us locked in. It's a matinee. I will move things around if I need to, because I am not skipping out on that. I want to see it before she leaves town. She's leaving town for like 2 weeks, and it's going to be me, you, and your friend Alicia running this place.
Once again.
3 humans, 3 dogs.
Hand me that Sharpie.
1 cat. What do you want the Sharpie for?
Give me Sharpie. Don't sniff the Sharpie.
Do you like the smell of the Sharpie?
What is wrong with you?
I like the smell of gas and most markers, but not Sharpies. I find it kind of off-putting.
It was so strong.
Yeah, it's not nice. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Oof.
I wanted to ask you a question.
What's your question?
If you had to eat, Carter's a vegetarian. We all know this, right? Vegetarian, right?
Yes.
Still.
Well, pescatarian.
Pescatarian,
yes.
she'll eat fish. She thinks fish are terrible creatures, and she's happy to eat them. If you had to eat one kind of meat,
just throw me under the bus.
Like outside, obviously you already do fish, but if you had to eat one kind of meat, real meat from a real animal, what would you choose and why? I know it won't be bacon for obvious reasons.
No.
You hate bacon. Sorry, Zoe. Zoe's in the chat.
Nothing is good though. I don't like any of it.
Yeah, you got to pick one. What's the worst offender here? Is it beef? Is it chicken? Is it turkey?
Least worst offender,
is
you
it,
mean?
Yeah, or that's what I meant. What did I say? Least offending?
Least worst?
Least worst? Least worst. That's the meat.
I don't know.
Bratwurst. Meat worst.
I feel like chicken's the obvious answer because it's like the least
It's also the dumbest of the
flavored.
birds. Of all the animals, they're so dumb.
They're dumb. I feel like it's like, because I hate the taste of meat. Like it makes me physically ill.
Even the white meats.
Yeah. But I feel like chicken is the blandest, so I could probably be okay with that.
See,
but
I think turkey's the blandest.
I don't know in what circumstance I could possibly deal with that.
If you do light meat turkey, that's pretty bland.
I don't even remember, really.
Let's do it. We should try it.
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to be ill. And
Well, you
also,
won't be
I
ill.
don't want meat.
Why would you be ill?
Because I have not eaten meat in... Wait.
It's
26 16 years is what I meant.
16 years. Jeez, don't make it too long.
16 years I have not eaten meat.
I know.
There's a child out there who can drive a car who was born the day I stopped eating meat.
Okay, fair, but I'm just saying.
And it would make me extremely ill.
I don't think you'd be ill with a little turkey.
I think I would.
Meat, like a bunch of beef or something, like hardcore red meat. Yes, you probably.
I don't know. I think my body would be like, "What is this?"
Because Wendy did that. She was doing a vegetarian thing for a long time, and then she went to one of those
She
Brazilian.
was only like a year and a half, Dad.
I know. She didn't make it very far.
Really short.
But she went to that. After that, she went to one of those meat on a stick places where you turn the thing upside down if you want more meat or not. I forget what they're called. Brazilian barbecue.
Oh yeah. And just filled up.
She was so sick.
Ugh.
So sick.
That seems like a bad
But it was mostly
idea.
like chicken hearts and beef and steak and things like that.
Okay, here's my question.
Yeah.
So if that's my thing I have to do, would you then go on top of the tallest building in the world and stand on the little glass platform and look down?
What do I get out of it?
What am I getting out of this meat situation?
Well, let's talk about the rewards here. If you want, what is something you really would do that for?
Nothing.
What if I said Van and Phoebe will perish
Then yes, of course.
if you don't do this?
Then yeah.
If you don't eat that
You do
steak,
anything.
that raw steak, they're going to die.
Then yeah.
Well, then I'd do that for them too.
Yeah.
So there's our thing.
Okay.
We'll do it for that.
That's it.
When that comes around, Taylor
When
comes
that
out and
happens,
says, you
where
guys, my kids are going to die.
Steak and standing on a tall building are the things we have to do to save those kids.
We could do it at the same time.
Yeah.
To help each other, support each other. Because I like the steak already. You don't mind heights.
No, I don't care about heights at all.
Yeah, so we could...
I actually like being up high.
Yeah, you're weird, though. You remember that time in Denver?
Where I was like halfway on the wall.
What's that called?
On the Hoover
Dam. Carter's like hanging off of this thing.
I was trying to look down at the trucks.
I thought I was going to die up there.
I was only like 15.
Can't do heights. Just can't do it. I thought I could when I was younger. It turns out I never could do it. It always made me kind of want to, like if you ever look over an edge of a thing and your body kind of sucks into itself, like everything.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like your liver and your butthole touch.
Oh my gosh. It's so specific.
Everything compresses and you're just like, ah. That's how I feel.
We should talk about phobias.
What do you have?
Because yours is kind of heights.
Mine's heights and, is that all I really have?
Mine's crowds of people, and that's it.
I don't love crowds of people, but I wouldn't call it a phobia.
You know that feeling you just explained where your liver touched your butthole or whatever?
You have that feeling?
That happens. I will see a crowd on a TV show in like a club, like it'll be a club scene in a show or movie.
Yeah.
That will make me feel that way.
Ooh, in the club.
I'm not even there and it makes me sick.
If it's in the club, we have to play this. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Here we go. We're in the club. Yo. Carter's in the club and she's wearing a hat.
I feel
don't know where that thing is at.
May have never been in a club before. It feels like
I've been in a
club. I'm not sure you know what you're talking about.
I've been in many clubs. I'm kind of a foreigner there because I don't drink and I don't party, and so I seem boring.
You should look up submechanophobia.
Hold on.
Submechanophobia.
There it is. It is the fear. Oops, hold on. I'll find that again. I assume it's something to do with subs and machines, but let's find out. Okay,
it's basically human-made things underwater, submerged.
Oh, yeah. So a fear of submerged human-made objects, either partially or entirely underwater. These objects could be shipwrecks, statues. Mm-hmm. Statues?
Yeah. There's a lot of artists that'll put statues underwater on purpose.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Sea mines, animatronics as seen in theme parks or old buildings, but are also more mundane things like buoys, chains, or miscellaneous debris in the water.
Yeah.
If I think about it too much, I can get it.
But yeah, the thing about it is it's one of those things where I'll see the pictures.
But wait,
it'll be
isn't
like,
that's the sister phobia of like claustrophobia? Because you're in a tiny little cramped little.
Because it's not that. It's looking and seeing a man-made object underwater.
Just seeing the object, not even being in it.
Not even being in it or near it or anything. Just like being underwater and seeing it in front of you.
Oh, well, let's look at some.
It's funny because I see them. Like, I'll see these really creepy statues people will, like, put underwater. Yeah. And all I can think is, like, I want to swim up to that. I want to touch it. I want to feel what it feels like. Like, whatever the opposite is.
So all of these right here, we'll share this so we can talk about this. So these right here, this kind of thing.
And I get why. I feel like there's some human, like, instinct of, like, that's a creature and it's underwater and I don't like it.
See, this stuff doesn't bother me at all.
No.
If I was wearing scuba gear and I was just down here looking at it, it's fine. This is a strange one to me. There's a phobia for everything, right?
Oh, probably.
What do you think?
Someone has to be afraid of something.
What do you think the strangest? Let's see if there's a phobia for. I don't know. What would it be?
Toenails.
Toenail phobia. Let's try it. Toenail phobia.
I feel like germophobia covers a few things.
Okay, toenail phobia is called anuxophobia. Fear of nails of any kind.
Fear of
nails. Include both fingernails and toenails, and intense and irrational fear that can cause anxiety and distress. Individuals with this phobia may experience panic attacks, avoidance behaviors, or extreme discomfort when exposed to finger or toenails.
What about their own?
It says this fear can stem from various factors, including traumatic experiences, cultural influences, and underlying anxiety disorders, treatment options, exposure techniques, relaxation techniques. They are often their own nails they are afraid of, yeah, it says. But not always. Here are your physical symptoms. Rapid heartbeat. What else?
Stress.
Shortness of breath, sweating, trembling or shaking, nausea, or stomach discomfort.
Man, humans are jacked up.
We kind of can be, right?
We're like those dogs that can't breathe. We've screwed ourselves up.
Yeah. I mean, in some ways we have, but sometimes it just comes to people. It's just who they are. Let's think of another one. Do we have a phobia for? Well, Kramer had a phobia of Mary Hart's voice on Seinfeld. But
it wasn't a phobia. It made him have seizures.
Oh, that's
the sound
what
of
that
her
was.
voice.
I'm going to put weird phobias.
It's going to come up with something really weird, isn't it?
Weird Phobus. Hold on.
Weird Phobus.
Okay.
That's my new punk band.
It's a pretty good name, Phobus. All right. How about this one? Do you have nomophobia? Do you know what it is?
The fear of nothing?
Nope. It's the fear of being without your mobile phone.
Oh.
Do you have that?
No.
I sometimes have that.
I do not.
I get very intense if I think my phone's gone. I get very intense. It's like, shit.
It's probably not great. It's
No,
probably
it's not
a little
great.
more of an addiction.
Yeah. Here's about this one. Arithmophobia. What do you think that is?
Some kind of heartbeat thing.
Nope. Math. Fear of math.
Oh, like arithmetic. I have that. No,
I'm not
really.
afraid of it. I just
No,
suck at it.
I'm just bad at it and avoid it.
How about Plutophobia? It's not what you think.
It's fear of the dog.
No.
Pluto from Mickey Mouse.
It's not the planetoid, or Pluto, the dog.
Is it fear of philosophy?
Fear of money.
Oh.
I get the joke, though. You're thinking of Plato, though.
Yeah.
Well, no, Pluto was... Wait.
No, Pluto is a god.
Plato's you were thinking of.
Yeah.
That which is a
it was
fear
a
of
joke.
clay that hardens in the sun.
Platophobia.
Plutophobia is fear of money. Boy, that's a fear I would overcome very quickly if you gave me enough of
I
it.
don't understand how you fear money.
How about this one? Xanthrophobia.
Xanthra?
Or xanthophobia, sorry.
Xanthophobia.
Yeah, xanthophobia.
Fear of some kind of plant.
Nope, fear of the color yellow. We were all yellow.
Interesting.
Yep. How about this one? A blutophobia. These are people I don't want to be around. A blutophobia.
A blutophobia?
Yeah.
People who are scared of tall people.
Nope. Fear of bathing. They
Oh.
don't want to bathe. They won't do it, and they just get all reesty.
Huh.
Yep. I've seen that. I've heard of that before.
I could see that. I could see why, kind of.
How about octophobia?
It's fear of octopi, it says.
You're close. Fear of the number 8. In any combo, in any use case, fear of number 8.
See eight. Ah!
It says here, if you were that afraid of it, if someone gave you the hotel room of like 208, you would change rooms. You couldn't deal with it.
Feels almost like an OCD thing.
A little bit. How about this one? Oh, this is great. Optophobia.
Optophobia?
Yeah, I love
Fear
this.
of having your photo taken.
Fear of opening one's eyes. So if they're closed and you're like, I don't want to open them.
Huh.
I'm trying to imagine how that would be.
That would be terrifying
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Do you think blinking's like a little jump scare?
Probably. Globophobia is fear of balloons.
Okay.
I don't have that. Is this even real? Hippopotamostrotosquiptidalophobia.
Oh, is that the fear of long words?
Yeah.
I knew about that.
F that.
Yeah,
they
no,
made it a
it's
long
dumb.
word.
Yeah.
Jerks.
I feel like sometimes these people have way too much fun.
How about omphalophobia?
I don't know.
Fear of belly buttons.
Ew, I could see that.
To me,
belly buttons are
it
weird.
depends on who's got it.
True.
Whose belly button am I looking at? Is there a big old like fuzzball in the middle of it?
What's interesting about phobias is there has to be an equal and opposite fetish for each one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Someone has to love this thing.
There's like a law. There's some real physics going on here.
Yeah.
Ergophobia, fear of work.
Me too.
I know some people who probably by that. Whoops. Oh, I lost it. Okay, here we go. What do you think? Fear of dining with others. Do you have this?
Fear of dining with others?
Diepnophobia.
Diepno.
Diepno. Deipnophobia. Fear of dining with others. You only want to eat alone. Here's another one.
Interesting.
Eastotroptophobia. Fear of mirrors. You don't want to see yourself.
I can feel that. I see that.
Well, I have
Because mirrors freak
body
me out at
dysmorphia.
night sometimes.
So I shouldn't look in a mirror. All right. How about, did you know there's a fear of phobias? It's called phobophobia.
So if you see someone like freaking out, it would like scare you?
Yeah. So it says this can be described as free-floating anxiety where a person spirals into a circle of anxiety to fearing fear itself. In that respect, it is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Huh.
It's commonly co-diagnosed with other types of specific phobias and often associated with anxiety disorders. People with phobophobias will often avoid social situations or other situations that can lead to anxiety. When extreme, it will greatly interfere with an individual's everyday life.
That's just anxiety, really.
I'm not afraid of phobias.
No.
I'm just...
But I know the feeling of spiraling into anxiety and like kind of tricking yourself.
You know how Morgan, our friend Morgan, she doesn't like the holes and stuff? What's
Yeah,
that called?
trypophobia.
Trypophobia. I sent her
Tryptophobia?
I sent her one the other day of like a cheese. that gets made that blows
You
it up.
always
with
send
the
her
holes.
one.
Oh, I love doing it. I'm sure. I hope it doesn't make
That's
her mad.
another one I have an opposite of where I'm like, I want to touch it. I want to feel it. I want to know what it feels like.
You want the texture of
when
it?
I see, yeah.
You have texturandophobia. No, you don't have a phobia.
Texturephilia.
You love the...
Isn't philia the opposite of phobia?
Philia and phobia?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right?
Maybe.
Am I not wrong? Am I wrong?
So is pedophobia that's an aversion to children?
Look it up. This is going to be a great thing to have on your search
Phobia
history.
versus philia. Yeah,
Philia.
here it is right here.
Yeah. Because you can be like a cinemaphile, cinnamon file.
Yeah. Comes from Philetus, the Greek dude Philetus.
He was really into a lot of stuff.
It's also one of 4 ancient Greek words for love, storage, agape, and eros. Friendship, affection. Okay, let's see.
Oh, yeah. There's
the complete opposite is phobia. So you're totally right.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
I love it. Aristotle talked a bunch about it.
Aristotle talked a bunch.
Well, he is a talker, that guy.
He was famous for talking.
He was Aristotle. That's what he was. Ara talks too much.
So that his friends would make fun of him.
Well, all right. That's a fun little note there. How about this, Carter? You have best aunt status right now.
Oh.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Is that your...
Why do I have best aunt status?
We had somebody say, is Carter cool with being an aunt full time?
Oh.
I don't know what that means, but obviously you love these kids.
I love it. Dude, I have a thing where like babies freak me out because I'm just scared I'm going to like drop them.
Yeah.
Or like hurt them in some way.
Yeah.
Once they get to about where Phoebe is, which is like a year and a half, a little more than a year and a half old, and they can run around and I can pick them up and throw them around and stuff. That's when I really love hanging out with kids because I love to like, I don't know, like Van, I'll just flip upside down and he thinks it's so funny.
Yeah. Well, it is funny.
Yeah.
He's
I jam with kids. They're great.
We got a message here that says...
And all our cousins' kids are adorable.
About the serial killer thing, we got a message about that. It says, hi, confirmed serial killer here. Just kidding. Says, could it be that we have less serial killers than we did in the 70s because we have better mental health care? Admittedly, it's still crap, but maybe it's getting better. It's possible.
Yeah, but I feel like
more diagnosis, more...
But it's more I feel like it's counteracted by the state of the world and how that is affecting our mental health.
Well, that's because you're grumpy all the time.
No, it's because we had a global pandemic and that really threw everybody.
That's a fair point. How about this one? For the Monday show, what video game coming out in the next year are you most excited about and why?
What? Repeat the question?
What video game is coming out in the next year that you're most excited about and why? What do you think I said?
Had like a little blackout or something.
Weird. A video game phobia.
Video game.
I know the answer to this, and it's Space Marine 2. I cannot wait for that game. Oh. And the new Assassin's Creed actually looks rad. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, that's probably the one I'm most excited about.
I want to play both
I'm really
those.
bad at keeping up with what's coming out in the year.
I'm too good at it.
So usually it'll be like the week it comes out, I'll go, oh, that's coming out. And
that's nice, though. Then you're just surprised and you can get it.
It's pleasant. I'm not waiting.
Yeah. And Shapes 2 with a Z. I love Shapes.
The Assassin's Creed game looks really fun. And it's based on that real dude.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
He's cool. Yeah. I've read about him.
I had a Japanese listener write in and tell me how absolutely stoked he is as a kid. That dude's story was huge in his house. It was like what would it be like for us?
I mean, I'm
Davy
sure it's
Crockett
just legendary,
or Johnny Appleseed or something.
Yeah, some like character
ancient
that you're like,
character stories. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
What did Johnny Appleseed do?
He planted apple seeds all over the place.
Was that it?
That was it.
All right.
I think that was the whole deal.
I know more about that samurai than Johnny Appleseed.
Hold on, Appleseed. Can we find out what his deal was? Yes, here we go. Johnny Appleseed, born Jonathan Chapman, 1774, lived till 1845. American pioneer, nurseryman, a nurseryman who introduced apple trees to large parts of Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and Ontario, as well as the northern counties of West Virginia. He became an American legend while still alive due to his kind, generous ways, his leadership in conservation, and symbolic importance that he attributed to apples. He was also a missionary in the New Church of Swedenborgen. And an inspiration for many museums and historical sites, such as the Johnny Appleseed Museum in Urbana, Ohio.
All right.
So
he didn't really do much.
No, he planted trees all over.
He's just about.
That's why they called him Johnny Appleseed, because he planted a bunch of trees.
I guess.
Seeds. Yeah. How
That's
old
all you
is
had to
he?
do to be a hero back then.
He lived to 70. It's not bad for then.
That's decent.
That's high for then.
Yeah.
I think the average life expectancy is like 40 or
I don't
under.
know. I have no idea.
Well, anyway. It says he died the death of the righteous, calm and peacefully, with very little suffering or pain. So long as his memory lives with the grateful people, will the grateful people say, he went about doing good.
He went to boot.
I planted many trees.
Many a tree I did plant.
Eat all my apples. Yar.
Anyway.
I don't know why is it.
Yar.
How about this one? Should I kill the hornets in the backyard? This is me talking, not an email. I saw that we have a new nest of hornets. Mom wants me to murder it, and I thought let's ask animal bug activist Carter Johnson what she thinks.
would say you knock the nest down, which doesn't kill anybody, and you spray. There's certain like oils and stuff that will deter wasps, things like mint and stuff.
Yeah.
Into your yard, and you have bee-friendly plants in the yard so that more bees come because there's less wasps when there's more bees.
Okay. But wait, there's less wasps when there are more bees?
Mm-hmm. Like bumblebees and like carpenter bees and stuff. They kind of avoid each other.
Because hornets are just going to murder us all.
They're mean buttholes.
Yeah, they're mean buttholes.
But I don't condone killing them because they are nature's little helpers. They're just pissy also.
But you know that, like, just you sitting here squeezing that pen, you're killing little microbes left and right.
Silly, though.
What do you mean it's silly?
I can't help any of that.
Well,
that would mean existing is just killing things.
That's true.
Yeah.
You existing is killing things.
So what do you think I should do? What's the logical conclusion to that, Scott?
Save the hornets. That's the answer. How about this one from a listener? Beach or mountains? It's easy for me.
Mountains.
Yeah.
I love being by water, but like beaches, I can take or leave.
Also, there are beaches in lakes in mountains.
Yeah. I love
both.
rivers. I love being on rivers.
Rivers are amazing.
But
you get lots of those in the
prefer
mountains.
mountain for sure.
Yeah, me same.
Me same. Same me.
How about someone wrote in with Luna Essadosophobia. Fear of Mondays. This is from Ambassador Domo. Oh, shit.
I hope none of you fear the Monday show.
Don't fear the Monday. Don't fear the Monday.
Do you think that only existed ever since like the 5-day work week was invented?
What? Fear of Mondays?
Yeah.
I mean, no one likes Mondays, but it's always in that context.
But it's because of the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder. Because what else would you hate about it?
Yeah. What else could you hate about a Monday?
Okay, let's think about this. Let's go back to a time. I'm trying to think when this would be. When there was no weekend and no
I don't know when
religious observance. You'd have to go to a tribe somewhere, someplace.
Let's say when people just worked all day, every day, because that's what you had to do because you're on a farm or you're a blacksmith or whatever.
Right.
Like you don't have hours.
Sure.
Would Monday really matter?
I mean, no.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even think of it as a Monday. It's just
another day.
Morning, and you're up for it, and you're milking the cow. You've got your hand on that teat, and you're pulling.
Holding that teat. Don't even know it's Monday.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. I think I wouldn't want a Monday phobia.
I wonder how many phobias are caused by like current societal norms.
What do you mean?
Like a 5-day work week.
Oh,
or like starting
you mean
work
caused
on
by
Monday.
the way we do things in modern ways?
Yeah.
Well, the phone one is.
The phone one definitely is, but I wonder how many phobias are that. Because there's probably lots of phobias like fear of the sun, which probably has existed forever.
Is there really a fear of the sun?
I don't know. There's a fear of everything.
Of the sun. Whoops, not the sun like you're married or you're related to.
Fear of my son.
Oh, that's called heliophobia. Fear of the sun, sunlight, or any bright light. Type of specific phobia. Oh, man. You can feel trapped, lack focus, heightened senses, irregular heartbeat, air hunger,
Hunger.
Air hunger.
Interesting.
Like
feeling you
gasping.
can't breathe.
Yeah. Rapid breathing, parched mouth, sweating, muscle cramps, physical discomfort. Gross.
Sorry, I was adding to the
That's what
parched
John
mouth.
does when he's about to tell you something important or emotional. He goes,
John, our relative John, not on your show.
He holds up his hand, kind of points, but with like his fingers pressed and goes, it's really annoying. Treatment. You can get some cognitive help therapy and medication for that.
Also, for people in the chat saying that Monday would have been the day after the Sabbath, that's only for like Christians. And certain Christians.
But also isn't it? So the Jewish Sabbath is Friday. The
I know one is on Saturdays.
Is that the Muslim one?
I don't remember.
Hold on. Other Sabbaths. This is great. I love all this Google searching we're doing.
We're
for the
learning.
show. Okay. Here's some other. Shabbat is the Friday thing. Okay. Black Sabbath is the band.
Correct.
All right. Here we go. Abrahamic of the religions, which is day of rest or worship. Book of Exodus, seventh day. Commandment by God, kept as a holy day. God rested from creation on the seventh day. Blah 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 blah. It's observed by Judaism, Sabbatarian forms of Christianity, such as some Protestant and Eastern denominations, and Islam. Observances to or descended from the Sabbath also exist in other religions. The term may also be generally used to describe similar weekly observations of religions.
Yeah.
So you might say, it's Wednesday. What are you doing? Oh, I got Sabbath tonight.
Yeah, whatever your sacred day is not. Yeah. It's just more determined by your religion.
Let's see. Friday. Okay, Judaism is Friday until the appearance of 3 stars in the sky on a Saturday night. That's cool. Never heard of that.
That's interesting.
How about this one? Shabbaton. Let's see, in contemporary Israel, it is whatever. People just move the goalposts and put whatever day they feel like it.
Humans are people and people are humans.
Sabbath is considered Saturday in most Eastern Christianity sects.
Oh, interesting.
Puritan times. You go to the Protestant stuff. Let's see. Roman this and that. Can't find it.
The Roman this and that.
The seventh day. They do the Sunday thing, but they also won't go to the hospital. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
We learned. Now we know. And knowing it's half the battle.
Here's a Utah reference.
More you know.
According to the Latter-day Saint movement, to go to the house of prayer, offer up sacraments, rest from their labors, pay their devotions. That's why they pick Sunday. Islam, they say seventh day. Friday. They do Friday. Oh, they do the Friday prayer thing. Oh, man, okay. Y'all got to get together and just pick a day. Just get together. Have a meeting.
I feel like if we're having a meeting and fixing things, that the day in which you worship is probably not the top of the list.
Just quit having wars.
Be nice to each other.
And then quit trying to play sports here with this whole religion thing. Come together. Figure out who you want to help, like some poor people or whatever. And then pick a day. And then everyone go, okay, that's our day.
Yeah. And go help poor people.
Also, if you're a Cherokee, and I don't mean the Jeep.
The Native American
tribe. The indigenous American tribe that we came and took all their shit.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
And gave them smallpox.
He says, it's not a really good trade, is it? It's a bad trade.
It's a bad trade.
Says the first day of the new moon, beginning at sunrise, is a holiday of quiet reflection and prayer among the Cherokee. Monthly fasting is encouraged, up to 4 days. Oh. Work, cooking, sex, and childbirth are also prohibited during the empty moon days.
Childbirth?
Yeah. You can't. Don't just hold it in.
How do you do that?
You just go. You have the liver touch the butthole.
How can you regulate that?
Liver and butthole.
You're butthole. Good. Shut that opening.
It says childbirth during these days is considered extremely unlucky. They call them non-days or untime.
Oh.
And the Cherokees' New Year is the Great New Moon or Hunting Moon. That's when they go get the buggalo.
Like in Futurama.
I love that episode. Is the first new moon in autumn after the setting of the Pleiades star cluster and around the time Leonidas meteoric showers. Anyway, They do it different. Oh, Wicca. What do they do? Okay, the annual cycle for Earth seasons is called the Wheel of the Year. Wicca and Neo-paganism, 8 Sabbats, occasionally Sabbaths, or sun Sabbats, are spaced out approximately even intervals throughout the year. Oh. Samhain, which coincides with Halloween, is considered the first Sabbath of the year. Halloween.
So their year's like...
Because it's witches.
Different year.
They'll put a curse on you.
Halloween's Eve.
Anyway. The rest of these are stupid.
All right.
I mean, no, I don't mean the religions. Although, I don't know, arguments could be made. But yeah, there's that. Hey, Carter, question for you.
Yes, sir.
Someone asked, no name, says, do you guys have a favorite memory of each other? I do.
What?
Of you? I have many memories of you, but you want to know my biggest when you were a kid, and it's not when you almost broke your neck. I hated that.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
It wasn't that. It was when I had to pick you up at school.
No, I know this story.
In
I know what you're going to say.
2013.
It would have been 2012 because we still lived in the old house.
Well, it's whatever day was the launch day of Guild Wars 2.
Look it up.
Because I was playing Guild Wars that day, all day long.
And
not
you
all day, but a big chunk of time.
Poop
and
the
I didn't
whole
poop
time.
all day. I was sitting in a position where my body basically
you guys can
just
see where this is going.
froze up. So I go to get Carter at school. She was at an event. I don't know what you're doing. The game you were in. You had.
It was Game Club. Yeah,
which is pretty cool. I go to pick her up, and it hits me like a truck. I'm like, I gotta poop, and traffic is taking forever. I was like, we're never gonna get out of here.
We're on these back roads that are like.
They're not
back
roads
fields
now.
on both sides.
Now they're like all developed.
At the time,
out.
there were fields on both sides.
But this one place that was currently under construction to be a supermarket was not done yet, and they had those big round cement cylinders. I think they go underground. They're for water or sewage or something.
There's some kind of.
If they were for sewage, I broke them in early. But
the earliest they'll ever
I found one that
in.
was up on its side, and I went and sat on that thing like a big old ring toilet. And pooped.
And I sat with my forehead against the dashboard.
You were so
just
embarrassed.
trying not to experience it.
She was so embarrassed. My favorite part of all of this is that place was probably built and finished, and a little bit of me is still there in the foundation of that store, in that parking lot.
Your child.
Ugh. My offspring. Yuck. How about you? Do you have a memory early? What's your earliest? Because I think Carter's weird. She remembers stuff when she was like 1. She's weird.
Yeah.
Most kids don't.
Well, no,
that.
3 is my earliest memory, which is about when your long-term memory starts to form, right?
What's your first memory?
My first memory?
Of me, not
of you.
Yeah, of your father, of your caretaking father who sacrificed daily.
First memory, I do remember. Do you remember that car seat we had that kind of folded in the front, like a gate kind of? Like you sat in it and it went shunk and was in front of you. So it was almost like a little table in front of the kid.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I remember getting put in that, and then Taylor trying to push down the side thing, and it wouldn't work, and she kept doing it, and then so you come around to the side, and you're like, okay, I'll do it. So you go to do it, and my hand just so happened to be in the wrong spot, and I remember you crushed. I was probably 3 years old.
Yeah, we mushed your hand.
And you crushed my hand.
It wasn't crushed.
Well, it pinched.
It hurt.
As a kid, as a baby. I was literally a baby. I just remember it feeling like my hand was going to come off.
You were 3 and you freaked out. I remember that.
And I remember that.
That was awful. I felt really guilty about that.
That was a rough one.
I also blamed your sister a little bit.
Because she couldn't put it down even though she was 6.
It was her damn fault.
It was 6 years old.
You know what they say about Tay?
She speaks the bullshit.
No. It's not true.
Yeah,
Are you
That's
ready?
That's the first memory. I can't think of my favorite memory.
They didn't even have to have a favorite, I guess.
Do you want to know a great memory?
What?
When I was a teenager?
Yeah.
It was the first time I heard you say so many swear words.
Oh,
and it
Super
was when
Meat
you
Boy.
were playing Super Meat Boy in the green room.
That's right. Super Meat Boy. This would have been like 08, 09?
Probably. It was our house, we had a game room and it was painted green at some point. Yeah. So we called it the green room.
Yeah.
And that's where we played video games on our giant CRV. What the hell's wrong with my brain? CRT screen.
Yeah. It was a regular TV.
And our GameCube and everything was in there. And then I remember watching you play that game and just cursing up a storm.
I've never cursed
I
so much
learned new
and
words
loud.
that day.
Yeah. It was mostly just shit and damn and hell and just your usual.
Bastard.
Yeah, I don't really F-bomb.
Nothing crazy, but it was like, I don't think I'd ever heard you.
Have you ever heard me F-bomb before?
No.
I haven't.
Have you?
No.
Ever?
I mean, I have, but not in front of you guys ever.
Oh.
And not on the usual, really. Mostly high school.
So clean.
Well, no, it just, you know why I don't like it? Tell me what you think of this. People are always like, hey, you're such a prude. You won't say drop the F-bomb. I'm not a prude. I don't care. And when other people do, I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't judge them. Do whatever you want. But I always feel, and I understand the word has evolved.
It makes you feel icky.
It makes me feel, because to me it sounds aggressive in an anti-woman kind of way. I'll give you an example. It's like saying, I don't like the B word that much either.
Oh, speaking of the B word, so I was listening to some of your tapes. So you have like all these old cassette tapes that you recorded when you were like in your 20s and stuff.
Yeah. Not 20s. I was like teens.
And one of the tapes, I hit play on it. It was kind of in the middle of the tape. I was just trying to see what everything was. And it just is you going, oh, little bit shit.
What? How old was I?
I don't know. Probably 21.
No.
You were on your mission.
No. That was before
because you
that.
went, Cut that part out of the tape. I don't want elder whatever to hear it.
No, I didn't.
You did.
All right, well, let's say that that's true. Even then, though, that word makes it whenever that, even when that word's used to just say, "Man, my PC quit working, stupid little bitch PC." That sounds so harsh toward. I know I'm wrong here.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But I feel like I'm using a word that is usually used to be very mean and derogatory and almost violent towards women, and I don't like that feeling. And the other one was the F word to me, given its usual meaning. I know it's evolved.
No, I get it.
We've come a long way. All right, I get it. You can use it in every kind of context now, and it doesn't even mean what people think it means. But in its one meaning, it always sounds like something a man is trying to violently do to a woman.
I understand.
Does that make sense?
No, I completely
understand.
And
I don't like how it makes me feel.
It's the same way I feel about the C word.
So, yeah, it's just too much.
I won't say that. Like, despite the fact that more recently it's come into its own as like kind of an empowerment thing, and people use it not in the way that it was originally meant to be derogatory.
Right. Still hard.
Still won't say it.
Yeah. I just can't do it.
It feels icky.
So again, I'm not judging anyone.
No, say what you must.
Like, you want to hear one of the
just
funniest F-bombers ever is Brian Dunaway when he swears. It is so funny, dude. And he F-bombs up and down the wall. And it doesn't bother me because, I'm not offended. I feel like I am being very offensive, though, if I do it. It's just me.
People
it's a me
should
thing.
Just say what they want. Don't be a douche.
Yeah. Just try to be
nice, but
and
say whatever.
Say whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to say. I will say this, though. Hey, guys, Torrid Monkey here. Torrid Monkey. Was wondering if Carter remembers being a very young kid in your family. Oh,
look at that.
That's funny. Didn't expect that. I mean, you remembered being at Mom's Mississippi hometown when you were like a year old. You remember the beach.
I remember being there at like 5.
No, you were younger.
Okay.
You were like a little
but
teeny kid.
But I wasn't 1.
You were barely walking.
Not what I remember.
You may have been 18
because
months.
we had a few trips out there.
But I think you were barely walking then.
I just remember catching banana spiders in Mima's yard.
Banana spiders?
Yeah. They would nest over by the above ground pool
on
the other side of the yard.
I don't remember that. What, can we look that up?
And I would put them in a jar and run them over to you guys and be like, "Mom, look what I found." And all the women would freak out on the porch.
These are scary.
They're totally harmless.
No. How'd you like to find that in your grilled cheese? Here, chat.
Yeah, they're really long, so they're kind of big. Not that.
That's a spider on a banana.
There
he
you
is. Sorry.
They're totally fine.
Anacrophobia people, sorry.
Anacra.
Or arachnophobia.
Arachna.
What did I say? Narachna?
Nar.
Yeah, I don't like those. Those are gross.
They're fine. They're orb weavers. They're pleasant. They don't bite.
Yeah. But anyway, my point is, like, back to the swearing thing. I just thought of this. I can drop 100 shits a day. That sounds bad.
You really can.
But it's because to me the word is neutral.
Yeah.
It's not punching up or down.
Everybody
it's just
poops.
Punching.
Well,
now, if I called
everybody poops.
if I called someone
sorry if you can't poop.
If I called someone a piece of shit, that is pretty derogatory.
It's mean, but it's not punching up or down.
But that's way
it's
less harsh.
Parallel.
That's worse than saying, or what's worse, that or saying you effing piece of shit. That's way worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it's just words. I understand.
Language is language.
But language means something.
Yeah.
Or we wouldn't have it. Everyone always says,
how we communicate.
It's
but
just
that's
words.
Thing.
I'm like, well, of course it's just words, but words matter. It's like,
well, it matters because it's how we communicate. But if how we communicate changes, then it's fine.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
You know, stuff changes.
Well, I look forward to when F-bombs are a compliment. You're an F-er. Oh, thanks, man. You're great, too. You bitch. See, that didn't even feel good. That felt bad. I didn't like it.
We should have like an explicit warning on our episode. Goodness.
Carter, we have 5 minutes, and I would like to use that 5 minutes to do a King of the Hill Q&A.
Oh, okay.
I found this on the internet. The internet?
Yinternet.
We're going to put this up so everyone can see it. You're not allowed to look at the answers. You can see it before the answers roll.
I will look.
Okay. I'll hit play here. All right, you have 10 seconds to answer this. You ready?
Okay.
What is the name of alcoholic beverage that Hank and the guys drink?
Alamo beer.
Okay, let's see what it says. Let me turn this down. You are correct. Alamo beer is the correct answer. All right, next up. What kind of vehicle does Dale drive? Pickup truck, Mustang, van, or Bugabago?
Bugabago.
I think
could have told you that without.
I think that is correct. I'm going to skip ahead.
The Bugabago.
What is the name of the character who is an exterminator and conspiracy theorist? Jeez.
Dale. Dale Gribble.
Too easy. What is Hank's mom's name? Donna, Suzette, Tilly, or
Tilly.
Machiko?
Tilly.
Tilly? Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, you're right. It's Tilly. How about this one? What was the name of Hank Hill's guitar? Trigger, Betsy, Dolly, or Miko?
I believe it was
Miko
Betsy.
Wauber. Betsy?
Yeah.
Let's find out. Yep, it was Betsy. Who ended up eating the lutefisk and burning down the church? Cotton Hill?
It was Bobby.
Bill Dotrieve, Bobby, or Dale? Bobby.
The
correct.
smelly man.
The smelly man did it. Hey, which character has the largest feet? Hank Hill, Buck Strickland, Bill Dotrieve, or Peggy? Peggy is correct, I think. I'm waiting for the end, but yes. What part of his body did Cotton Hill lose in WW? It's too easy.
His shins.
It's his shins.
Yeah.
It's not even hard.
It's
These
not
are
even a
easy.
hard quiz.
All right. How about this one? What is Bill's ex-wife's name? I'll let you guess it. You know it. Starts with an L.
Give me like possible answers.
Leanne, Lenore.
Lenore.
Okay,
there it is. I could not think of it.
How about this one? Where did Dale find his cat? Bill's house, in his basement, buried in the backyard, in the freezer.
Buried in the backyard.
Let's find out. Yep, you're right.
Because he
Next up,
didn't know it died.
which character moons Governor Ann Richards?
Oh, Bill.
Hank, Bill, Peggy, or all
Hank.
four guys?
It was technically Hank. It was all four guys, but Hank was the only one she saw the butt of.
It was Hank. You're right.
Yeah.
What is Cotton's wife's name? Tilly, Peggy, Machiko, or
we already
Dee
did that.
No.
Wait, Cotton's wife?
Yeah, Cotton's wife.
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee is correct.
I was thinking Hank's mom.
Which character is the principal of Tom Landry Middle School? Is it Smitty, Alexis, Carl Moss, or Dennis Berkeley?
Moss. Carl Moss.
Is it? It is.
Yeah.
You are nailing this. All right, next up. Which character becomes the heat waver?
Bill.
Is it?
Yep. Because he gets sunburned in the thing and is waving at people because his car breaks down.
Is it Bill? It's not there yet. Hold on. It is Bill.
Yep.
All right.
I told you. I just have seen it so much.
Who did Luann end up marrying?
Oh, Lucky.
Let's see. I think you got it right. Yep. That's Lucky. Where did Lucky slip in pee-pee to get his cash settlement?
The Costco.
Mega Lamart, Dale's Basement, or Corn Chip
It
Factory?
was the Costco.
You say Costco? You are correct.
Yeah.
What do Con and Min often call Connie?
Con Jr.?
Wasana Song, Con Jr., Tid Poo, or Tid Pow, or Banana?
It's Con Jr., but that's quite the list.
It's totally Con Jr.
Yeah.
That's a sucky one. All right. Which character often calls people honey? Joe Jack, Nancy Gribble, Enrique, or Buck Strickland?
Probably Nancy Gribble.
Probably, right? No. What was that? Joe Jack.
Oh, yeah.
You got one
where he
wrong.
goes, honey.
How's that feel, though? You got one wrong.
I know, it's amazing.
I know.
What does Nancy always say?
Which musician, these are almost done, which musician is the spokesperson for Megalomart? Celeryhead, Earl, Willie Nelson, or Chuck Mangione?
Chuck Mangione.
That is correct. Damn it. What brand of cigarette does Dale smoke? Manitoba?
Manitoba.
Damn it. You're right.
Yeah.
That's it. You got however many
I
that
missed
was.
one.
You got one and wrong is all. Oops, there's that spider again. Sorry, everyone. Well,
scare.
that brings us to the end of things. I'd like to tell
Nancy says shug. That's what she says.
How's it going, Shug?
Yeah. That's why I got confused.
I was hoping there was a John Redcorn question because I love him.
We love John Redcorn.
Dale, your son looks a lot like me. All right. Let's talk about some patrons we got this month or this week.
All right.
Brand new people. Gabriel Smith, Jeremy Allen, and wait for it, Claire Gallagher.
Claire!
The wee Irish girl joined our Patreon.
She's a patron now.
Anyway, she'll be throwing her rubles or whatever they do over there. What do they have? Oh,
I don't
euros.
know.
I guess they're just euros.
Are they just euros?
Wait, do they do pounds?
They might do pounds. I don't actually
Are
know.
they still?
Because they're UK.
The adherent to the UK way of
They're
life.
not European anymore.
Yeah, it might not be. Well, anyway. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you,
You guys
everyone.
are awesome. Patreon.com/TheMondayShow. No ads ever. Art and stickers and avatars every month. Stickers are shipping tomorrow. I think,
Yes.
for this
They
month.
were a little bit late this month, but they are shipping. It was my fault. apologize.
Bonus streams, pre-show. We got to keep going with that game.
Yeah. When do you want to do that?
Next soon.
Next soon.
Maybe this weekend.
Fort Hill College.
Maybe after Mom leaves.
All right. I'm down for whenever, brah.
And you get a bonus pre-show content as well. There's lots of reasons to sign up. No reasons not to. Check it out. Patreon.com/The Monday Show. And for everything else, frogpants.com/Monday. Is there anything else you'd like to say to these people before we go?
Speaking of late stickers going out to people, we got our free comic book day prints back.
Yeah,
they look so good.
They look good. Hold that one up. That's Carter's. She did the Joker and Batman, as you can see. I did, what's his name? Venom going after Spider-Man, who's just a little late to realizing he's got a problem with his spidey senses. Anyway. Yeah,
they look really good, but we will be signing and shipping those soon.
Now the signing begins.
For anyone who actually did it during the time.
Yep.
The time.
Yep. We'll film a little bit of the signing because it's always fun to do that.
Yeah.
Our hands are going to hurt. They always do.
Yep. A little crampy.
What are you going to do? It's what we do.
Burn it all down.
We do free things. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for watching, and stick around, chat, because right after we're done here, we will be picking one of your titles for today's episode. And I will be
drawing a doodle because I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Draw your doodle. Mine's not done yet anyway, so it's all very basic. Don't do anything crazy. I don't want to look bad.
I don't know what to do.
I don't want to look bad.
Someone give me a suggestion.
I'm just saying.
All right.
She speaks the bullshit.
She speaks the bullshit.
All right, that's it for us. Thank you all for listening. Be back here next week for more. We'll see you then.
Bye.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
Monday, when further surprising and thrilling things occur.
Yeah.
Occur
on a